2 videos ago, I mentioned that there was an exception to condition U, and in this video, we will examine it. Consider this situation and whether a squeeze play will work by checking blue. For condition B, our left-hand opponent is busy holding both the heart guard and the spade guard. For condition L, we have 2 winners in 3 remaining tricks and just the 1 loser. Condition U is satisfied because the heart threat is upper of our squeeze victim. And condition E is also satisfied because the hand opposite the squeeze card has an entry in one of the threat suits. So all of blue is satisfied and the squeeze will work. When we play the squeeze card, if our left-hand opponent discards a heart, we can discard a spade and claim with the top spade and the top heart. If instead they unprotect the spade guard, we can discard the heart, play a spade to the ace, dropping the queen, and a spade back to the 10 will win the final trick. What would happen if the opponent's hands were swapped? Conditions B, L, and E are unchanged. One opponent is still busy, we still have just the 1 loser, and we still have an entry in spades. Condition U appears to be satisfied because the spade threat is upper of our new squeeze victim. But look what happens when we play the ace of diamonds. What are we going to discard from the dummy? If we discard a heart, we've discarded the heart threat, and our right-hand opponent is safe to discard the heart guard, and they will win the last trick with the spade guard. If instead we discard a spade, we have blocked the suit, and we can't get back to our hand to cash the spade threat if it becomes a winner. So our right-hand opponent is now safe to unprotect the spade guard, and they will win the last trick with the heart guard. Because the entry to the other hand was in spades, but the spade threat was in the hand with the squeeze card, we needed another card in that suit in the dummy as transportation back to the threat card if it develops into a trick. In effect, the spade threat acts as though it is in the other hand due to the requirement of this extra card. And that brings us to the UE exception. If the entry to the other hand is in a suit whose threat card is in the hand with the squeeze card, then that threat card does not count for condition U. This squeeze play did not work because condition U was not satisfied due to the UE exception. The heart threat still counts for condition U, which was how we could squeeze our left-hand opponent. But because the spade threat was in the hand with the squeeze card, while the entry to the other hand is also in spades, that threat does not count for condition U, and no threat card was upper of our right-hand opponent. The UE exception has its own exception. If there's another entry back to the hand with the squeeze card, in either of the threat suits, then that threat does count for condition U after all. This time, we can play the squeeze card and a spade to the ace. If the heart threat is a winner, we can claim with the top heart and a spade back to the king. If the heart is not a winner, then our squeeze victim must have held on to the heart guard and unprotected the spade guard. And now we can play a spade back to the king, dropping the queen, and the spade threat will win the final trick. In effect, the entry back lets us act as though the squeeze card is in the other hand, and as a result, the spade threat acts as though it is no longer in the hand with the squeeze card. And that is the entirety of the UE exception. If the entry to the other hand is in a suit whose threat card is in the hand with the squeeze card, then that threat card does not count for condition U, unless there is another entry back to the hand with the squeeze card in either of the threat suits. And that is the UE exception.